Our affirmation card of the day for today's class is, I am adaptable. I accept changes and can adjust to any situation, which I think should be one of our affirmations for the next however long. I am adaptable. And soon we'll have to readapt to, hopefully, or maybe not necessarily readapt, but adapt to a new way of life even after this is all over. Or, yeah. And so, yeah. And if you have phone, trying to put myself on Do Not Disturb. Don't want anyone calling during this. Okay, so I am adaptable. We're going to bring that into our thought process today. I do have two views on my camera, so you're welcome to click on one angle or the other, or have it as a grid view. You can see each other. So imagining that we are all together in our yoga space to become a little bit more adaptable. And we'll begin our yoga practice. All right, so if you have a couple of blocks, awesome. I think today I may or may not use my own. If you don't have blocks, I know that I don't really even have blocks at home. Usually I might have one. So if you have some blocks or something that can help you with your balance or help you lift off the floor a little bit more, today we are working on core strengthening, a little bit of twisting, anything that's going to help massage the organs of the insides, and also to hopefully just let our mind sort of go away from the rest of the world and into what our physical bodies are doing. So we're going to push pause on everything else to come into this space. And wherever you are, if there are distractions around, as I know at our house is a little bit more challenging, that's going to be part of our practice. Part of our practice is to come into a space where there are distractions and there are loud noises, and we're able to still stay calm. One of my favorite meditations I've ever done was in New York City in a park, and we didn't realize it when we walked there, but there was construction everywhere and it was so loud. But at the same time, we still showed up, we still were present, and we still sat for 20 minutes among all of the noise and all of the chaos. And it was this magical moment to find stillness within all of that. So I hope you can find that as well. Okay, so we're going to make our way into a seated pose. So if you're just simple seated pose, take an inhale and reach those arms up, just gathering up some energy for your morning. And exhale, let's bring the hands down. Take a deep breath in and a slow exhale out. And do that a few more times with that deep breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. You're going to find this nice circular breath in through the nose. It flows down the back of the body and down into your lower belly. As you exhale, the air comes out through the front of the chest and out through your nose. So this nice in and out circulating energy, or our prana, our yogi energy, throughout our bodies. In what areas today, this morning, can we find a bit more adaptability? If something challenging arises, how can we break it down into smaller pieces and take it one step at a time? And we'll do that same thing in our yoga practice today. We'll do it one step at a time, one breath at a time. Use this breath to stay in the present moment. That is our goal, is to stay with the breath and keep us present. And a couple more deep breaths Just some breaths of acceptance to where we are right now. Accepting changes and adjusting as needed. I'll give you options to modify too in this practice. All right, to get a little bit of strengthening through that midsection, get that spine warmed up. As you take your next breath in, reach those arms up and reach forward, rounding the back, protract the shoulders. It's a cat and cow pose seated. Inhale, reach back, open those arms. Exhale, forward, rounding the back. Again, inhale, open up, reaching back. Exhale, forward, pull the belly in. Reach way up above your head. Take the left hand down, right hand comes across. In fact, I know that I'll actually mirror you today after this. Inhale, reach up. Other hand down. So when I do my left, you'll do your right, and I'll cue appropriately. Inhale, reach up. Twist, or actually side bend to the side, lateral bend, lengthen through that right side. Inhale, lift. One more time, exhale. Now let's add some twists. Let's take it over to the right side. Exhale, left hand on the knee, right hand behind you. Look over, right shoulder. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist, other side. Inhale, reach up. Twist one more time, right and left. Inhale, reach up. And take the hands down onto the floor in front of you and work your way to your hands and knees. We did some seated cat and cow, but we're also going to do some regular cat and cow from the hands and knees. So spreading those fingers wide, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Arch your back and look up. Round your back and look down. And keep going. Inhale, lifting the gaze, opening through the collarbones. Exhale as you round the back, hugging the belly and tucking the chin. Get into a little bit of shoulder rolls there too. It's still sort of early morning. Maybe we're still in our PJs, doing some yoga. It's my favorite time to practice is actually about 6 a.m. So we're not quite 6 a.m. right now, but it's still morning. So you got to energize. All right, let's hold in a neutral position. Planting the hands down, we're going to activate. This is core strengthening yoga, so more ab activation through the entire body, not just the abs in the front, but also the obliques on the side and the low back and mid back as well. So let's tuck the toes under, keep the hands as they are, and lift the knees about an inch off the floor. Just pause as you press into the hands, keep breathing. Can you round the shoulders a little bit more, but keep the hips low? Knees are, again, an inch off the floor. It's not an easy one, but it's a great place to hold and feel the fire within your midsection. So keeping the right knee hovering above the ground, try this. Extend the left leg straight back. Hello, quads. One more deep breath. Switch legs. Left knee hovers above the ground, right leg extends back. Feel that, or notice that left quad. It's the same muscles you recruit when we're in chair pose. And then take both knees, hover them above the ground. Pause. It's like you're on your hands and knees, but you just lift it up a little bit. Keep going. And lower the knees down a little wider than the hips. Flatten the feet, sit back. Child's pose. You might wiggle those fingers a little bit. And then extending those arms forward long. Plant the hands down. Press down through the hands and fingertips. Shift forward, tuck the toes under, hip distance apart, and lift those hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Our first down dog though, so we've got a pedal of the feet, a stretch of the hamstrings,
A shake of the head. And any kind of movement, gentle, simple movement in this down dog. Just work out any of those kinks and cracks and tightness. Walk the feet forward just behind the hands into your forward fold. Feet still hip distance apart. Grab the elbows. Shake out the head. Sway from side to side. Release your hands down to the floor, bend the knees, and roll yourself up. If you have a block, please grab it. If you have something else, please grab it. It doesn't have to be a block, just something. It can even be, watch this. It can even be a Clorox container, Lysol wipes. Just grab something that you can place your hands together and grab onto it. This is kind of heavy because it's still full. It can be an empty one, but I've got my block. So you can grab whatever you would like for this next little core strengthening drill. So you're gonna get into a better position and a stronger position when standing and really recruit the muscles of the shoulders and the core. Fire all of this up here. Not just your abdominals or this region in the middle, but we've gotta also activate our shoulder area, the shoulder girdle that supports the weight on our hands if we're ever going to get into arm balances. So we're gonna take our feet together, all the way together and face aside. And engage through the quads right here. Pull the lower belly in, so your butt squeeze too. So you squeeze it in, pinching a penny right in between. Abs in, shoulders soft, and you stand up tall, root down through the feet. And grab your block or your item, your Clorox wipes, and extend the arms straight forward. Now, rather than just holding the block there, yes, we can press closer together to feel the recruitment of the triceps. Awesome. Let's do a little bit more. The chest is gonna pull back. So we round through the upper body, try to roll the shoulders forward, not up, but forward as you reach as long as you can. Keep pressing the palms together on that block. Squeeze the booty, lift the legs, engage the quads. Legs are super strong. Hold it. Little bend in the elbows, especially if you're like me and you're hypermobile. So we're gonna lift that block about halfway up, 45-degree angle, and keep squeezing. So this is more so activation for the shoulders without putting weight on the hands. So we're gonna hug the arm bones in. This is the same sort of rotation that you'll use in downward facing dog. And then take those arms straight above the head. Check out the flexibility of the arms to shoulders. Keep the back active, crown of the head lifting and gaze straight forward. Keep squeezing that block or what's between your hands. You could even just squeeze the palms together. And then take the hands back down about 45-degree angle. And then about 90 degrees, so right out in front of the shoulders. Keep squeezing and pressing forward. Try to lengthen the arms to get that block or your hands even farther forward, but pulling the chest back. So you've got this little upper back round in the thoracic spine. And release that. Ooh, arms. Do a little wiggle and shake that out. So in the same style that we're reaching forward, that's the same what we're doing for plank pose. When we're in plank, we hug inward. Downward dog, hugging inward, and that block is a great exercise to build those arm muscles and strength to do that. So good job with that. Let's take it to the top of the mat now, and imagine you've got that block, but you don't. It's in your hands. You've got the activation of the arms. Do our sun salutations. Get our whole bodies warm. Palms down, face forward. Lift and lengthen, mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, open the arms, diving down, hinge at the hips. Lead with the heart into your forward fold. Half lift, take that inhale, hands on the shins or they stay on the floor. Exhale, plant the hands down, step or hop back, plank pose. Good, shift forward, high up onto the tippy toes, and from the knees or the toes, take your gaze forward as the elbows hug the rib cage as you bend them up to 90 degrees, chaturanga. Press the heart through the shoulders,
lifting to upward dog or modified on the knees. And then look down, tuck the toes under, using your core strength, your belly to pull up and in and draw you back. Heels down towards the floor, the last thing that happens. Take a few breaths in your down dog. Okay, our transition from down dog to standing is going to be a little different. We're going to bend the knees, step or jump or float into a yogi squat. So the feet will come to the outsides of the hands. So we bend the knees, preparing, look forward. Heels come to your backside as you hug your knees in like a frog and jump or step forward, outside of the hands. Squat. Not the easiest of transitions, but still kind of fun. With that squat, we're gonna move side to side. I know a lot of us, our hips are feeling a bit tight as well. We can tend to hold a lot of emotion and baggage up in the hips. So we're gonna open them up in every single practice, at least a little. Then we take the hands down to the floor, lengthen the legs, heel toe the feet together. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rising up, look forward, open those arms and reach up. Hands down to your heart. So with the hands down, fire truck going by, I hope they're okay. Hands down to your heart, take an inhale and reach up. Then pull the elbows back and down into this nice little heart opening. Inhale a little wider. Exhale as you squeeze, drawing everything in. Hands come together, round the back, and exhale every ounce of air out. Do that again. Inhale, open up, little back bend. Exhale, squeezing the belly. It's called an ab vac, like an ab vacuum. So pull it in and every ounce of air out. Exhale. Inhale, the wonderfulness of life. Exhale, what we don't need, what's not serving us, pull it in. One more time, reach, open up. Full exhale. Squeeze. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands up. Inhale a little higher. Exhale back down, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step or jump back to plank pose. Inhale, shift forward on the toes. From knees or toes, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, heart forward as the feet flatten. Up dog. Exhale, look down, press into the hands, feel the arms pull in, belly and chest lift. You can roll it back, pressing and lifting, feeling strength of your core and shoulders. It's going to be safer to transition that way. Flipping over the feet when you feel you need to flip. Down dog, couple breaths. Right, instead of just jumping or stepping forward to your hands, you can try this or not at home. So you can step or jump and meet into that yogi squat, or about 5 times, let's try little hops, almost like a little donkey kick. So we bend the knees, look forward at the thumbs, and just take the heels to your backside and kick it. And then do that again, knees drawing in towards your chest. Sound effects are okay. You might find a little bit of hang time. You might not, that's all right. And then step or jump to that squat. Well, that was fun, woo. We're all gonna fall at least a little bit. So into that squat again, elbows press to the thighs, lift that heart, and hands come down towards the floor. Lengthen the legs, heel toe the feet together. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach out to the side, rise up. Hands by your side. We're gonna jump those feet wide or step out. So you can jump it wide to the off of your mat or step wide as long as you can see me or hear me what we're doing. Toes turn out slightly, bend the knees. This is a Tai Chi move called Tiger Whirlwinds. And then tiger presses mountain. So again, another breath-based core strengthening activation. Very accessible to almost anyone, because as long as you can stand. Right, talking and doing, this is sometimes a challenge. Your hands go over to the right leg. You're gonna pivot over to the right just a little, so you got this loose arms. As you inhale, hands come around the body. Exhale, pivot towards the left and push, press. Actually, it's a gentle press away. Just with that breath. Inhale, whirlwind. Exhale, bring hands to shoulders and press. And keep going. Nice breath as you shift side to side. A fuller breath, trying to slow it down so you can slow down your movements. And when you slow down your breath, you also slow down your thoughts. It's one of the magical things about working some yoga practice. And our actions tend to follow our thoughts as well. So reminding ourselves of that, what is it that you're telling yourself lately? What do we want to tell ourselves lately so that we become adaptable and take action to those thoughts? The next one we're going to do a tiger presses mountain. So it's a soft around. Exhale like you're pushing a car and you mean it. Squeeze the shoulders, the fingers, the abs, the biceps. Inhale, soft. Exhale, squeeze, engage that core with that strong exhale. 2 more. Inhale, around. Exhale, push away that mountain. What is that mountain that you're pushing? It could be a metaphorical mountain. Push it away. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, push. You've got this. You have the strength. And then step the feet together, reach up, and float the hands down by your side. 1 more sun salutation. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms open wide, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step or jump back, plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, descend. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And moving on from here, take those feet together in your lunge. Right leg rises, heel up behind you. Bend the knee and keep the hips level, squared towards the ground. Lift the left heel and draw the knee forward to your nose. Shift forward. Core strength draws you in, knee between the elbows. Inhale, single leg down dog. Keep that right leg lifted. Exhale, knee to right elbow, touch it. Inhale, lift back, single leg down dog. Exhale, knee to left elbow, twist across the body and back. This time, step between the hands, knee forward, flex the right foot, look forward, step into your lunge. Back knee stays lifted. We're gonna open those arms to the side. So the hips are coming down, they're below the shoulders, so we don't wanna see this kind of leaning forward motion. We're gonna keep those hips low. Open the arms to your airplane. Inhale, reach up. Crescent lunge, back heel is up, right knee is bent, or front knee is bent to that 90-degree angle. Let's open up a little here. It's Sunday morning, let's do this. Hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers, press the palms down, lift the heart. Lean forward, get ready to take off. Bend the back knee, rise. And if you're on carpet, it's gonna be a little more challenging. We've got a softer floor. If you're on your mat, you can move to a wood floor. Warrior 3. And the toe could be maybe on the ground to help support. Or we start to hinge forward into that T-like shape as long as that left hip does not open. Then here's some strength building for the hamstrings and legs. Bend the right knee, exhale. Don't touch back yet. Inhale, lift and press, straight leg. Exhale, bend the knee, it's like a single leg squat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lift, hold it. 3, 2, 1. Step back, lunge, reach up. Left hand goes down, right arm stays up, twist. You can take the knee down or up. Reach up, finding a little twist through the midsection. Reach up or back. And feel a nice stretch for that hip flexor in the back. Strength building for the front leg. And keep the shoulders down the back of the body. Good. Right hand rolls forward, reaches forward, comes to the outside of right foot. Straighten that right leg, half splits. If we're working ever into handstands, hamstring flexibility is also quite important. So we need to be able to almost do like a standing splits in order to do the kick up. I can teach on that later though. So today we're not learning handstands, we're just building strength and flexibility towards that direction. All right, take it forward. Tuck the back toes under, hands down on both sides of the right foot. Step the right foot straight back, single leg down dog. Try this, shift forward. Chaturanga from the left knee or not. Up dog, floating on the right toes. And hopefully you can see this. I'll turn a little bit. Take that right foot out to the side in your up dog. You feel a little squeeze in your glutes. Keep the hips level. A little challenge, a little traffic jam here. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Lift that right leg, bend the knee and open the hip. And you are welcome to stay here. This is a nice variation of this open hip version of our pose. Or shift it forward into plank as you take that right foot behind you for wild thing or that warrior's bridge, whatever you want to call it. Reaching the palm beyond your gaze towards the front of your mat. Kickstand and side plank with a little arch in the back. We'll come back to that single leg down dog, look down to the floor, right hand drops to the ground, lift up and pivot on the ball of the left foot. Right leg rises, step between the hands one more time. Back heel spins down, this time warrior one, reach up, hands up. Soften the shoulders. Deep breath in, reaching high. Now open up, right hand forward, left hand back, warrior two. Adjust that front foot so it's more in the middle of the mat. Soft shoulders. Reach way forward, feeling this hip strength as you reach to the front of the room. Right hand comes down to the outside of that right foot. Left arm goes up, forward, and around. Back heel lifts. Press into the hands and step back, plank pose. Going through that vinyasa flow again, shift forward. You can always skip this, of course. Chaturanga, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. We have a second side. So we take our left leg and lift it up behind. Bend the knee. Hips are level and neutral, pelvis. Lift the right heel. Deep breath in as you lift that knee a little higher. Exhale, knee forward to your nose, center of the body. Try to take it between the knees or maybe even kiss the knee. And back to single leg down dog. Exhale, knee to left elbow. And back to single leg down dog. Make sure your entire body's shifting forward. Exhale, shift forward, twist across, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift. We step between the hands this time. Knee to nose, flex the foot, step forward. Pause, low lunge, hips low. Back leg straight and strong. Open those arms to the side. Airplane lunge. Now we rise up, inhale, crescent lunge. Hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Keep the legs strong, squeezing in towards one another, the heel and the back ball of the foot. Press the palms down. Little arch in the back, look up. Get ready to take off. Lean forward. Bend the back knee. Couple hops or one big hop to lift that back leg to your level. And let's take those squats. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, left knee bends. Low, warrior three. Inhale, lift, press. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, press. exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, press, hold it. Lengthen a bit more. Keep your gaze point steady towards the ground. Exhale, step back into your lunge. Softly, reach up. Right hand down, left arm up. Twist. Twisted lunge. You can reach back or up, or keep that hand on that left side to keep pressing into that twist. You can reach that left arm forward and down to the floor. Press into the palms, slip the left foot straight back, single leg plank pose from the right knee or knee lifted. Shift forward on the right tippy toes. Exhale, single leg chaturanga. Up dog and hold. Pause. Feel the activation of that right leg and left glute as you take the leg out to the side. Keep pressing through those hands actively. 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Lift that left leg. Bend the knee and open up in that hip on this side. Stay with this version, equal weight in the hands. Any kind of rotation through the hip or the ankle. Lift the right heel, shift forward. If you're taking the flip version, you'll take the left foot behind you towards the outside of your mat. Lift the left hand, right hand bearing your weight. Right arm stays down, left arm extends as the hips rise. So we've got this nice little bridge pose. Little, it's kind of big. Nice bridge pose. And then look down towards that left hand or where it should go on the mat. Take it down, lift that left leg, pivot on the ball of the right foot, left leg high. Exhale, step between the hands, low lunge, back heel spins down, warrior one. Reach those arms up. Soften, exhale. Inhale, reach a little longer. Warrior two, left hand forward, right arm back. Adjust so the feet are in a straight line from arch to front heel. Soft shoulders, reaching long. Now reach super long to the front. Left hand down to the outside of the left foot. Right arm does a nice slow circle, taking your time. Back heel lifts up. Send the left leg back to plank pose. Inhale, shift and drift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the heart up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. From here, take the knees down and sit in child's pose. Take this break and enjoy it. There's no need to do all of the time. There's no need to stay busy all the time. Even in our yoga practice, it's good to have this break. So whether it's work, at home, or practice, we take that break and enjoy and know that this rest is the best thing that can serve us right now in this moment. You roll yourself up so you're sitting on your heels. And I said somewhere that we're going to do some animal movements. So that means that we're going to do some jumping around. And this is really fun to do with your kids too. So if you have your kids along or at home, and they can play around too. So we're going to be different animals right now. This is part of Budokan yoga practice, but also just movement and mobility in general. So tuck your toes under, lift the knees and sit back into your squat. The first movement we're going to do in practice is called gorilla. So you're in your squat, and it can be up here too, that's all right. You're gonna feel this a lot in your quads. So that's part of the activation. We're gonna get stronger in our hip flexors and core. So you take the hands and sweep them forward, place the hands down, and gently hop to the outsides of the hands. Do that again, sweep and hop. Next up is we have to turn around. So we're staying on our mat, we do the same thing. It's called leaping leopard. You can do this with or without the jump. Hands and feet press into the ground, and you propel yourself up and spin 180 degrees. You can also just step. I'll do the stepping version later. So then we do 2 more gorillas, hands forward, jump to the back of the mat, jump to the back. Hands and feet down, turn again 180 degrees. Gorilla, 2 times, little hops. Again, jump 180 degrees, leaping leopard. Gorilla. At the back of the mat, 1 more time, jump around and pause. Good, and then turn to face me on your mat. Opposite hand, so if you're looking at me, it's your right hand. Right hand goes to the ground, then the left hand, and we'll shuffle. It's called Chimpanzee Shuffle. Again, left hand to the ground, then right hand as you shuffle. Do that a few times. And then turn to the right, so you can jump or just turn to the right or to the front of your mat. Hands down, jump back. Plank pose. A little bit of break on the quads, but still active. Instead of the jumps today, we'll do right hand, left foot, step it forward a couple inches. Left hand, right foot, step forward. Just pushing off the toes without bending the knees. Keep walking forward to the top of your mat. And then go backwards. Right foot, left hand. Off of your mat. Bend both knees, look forward, jump to a squat. How's that feel? Pretty good? Doing good? Okay, well, that will be our animals for today. Just a short one, that was a minute or so. Fold forward, lengthen the legs, hang out. You can grab your ankles, your big toes, or place the hands under the feet as you fold. We are not quite done yet. So from this forward fold, roll yourself up. Let's stand up. Back to the top of our mat. We're doing a transition that takes a little bit of time. So our sun salutation transition. Palms forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, jump or step back, plank. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering your body, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. We're now going to jump through to boat pose. You may or may not use your blocks for this. Bend the knees, look forward, cross the ankles, and jump through, or sit through, sit down, step down, knees down, sit down. Lean back about 45 degrees or so. Lift the heart and lift the legs. I know we're feeling it right here. That's what our goal today, one of them, is to fatigue the body enough that you're really finding that sensation. It's a good thing. Yoga practice, not always easy. Simple, yes, not easy. You can find a place to hold, breathe, and ride that edge between discomfort and losing your breath. Or between a wandering mind and losing your breath, which is somewhere in the middle of discomfort and being able to still breathe. So we stay here. Lift tall, maybe straighten the legs. Let's lower down to a hovering boat pose. Exhale, nothing touches the ground but the low back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Bent knees or straight legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Pause. Pause it. Shake through it. Shake through it. 3, 2, 1, all the way down. So give ourselves a little stretch out. We're going to pigeon pose from our lying down. So it's a different kind of transition. You have to listen up here. Palms down, squeeze the legs together. Not quite to Shavasana. Press down through the palms, hug the belly in, and take the low back to the floor. So you feel this little activation, this little tilt of your entire body as your low back touches down. Legs squeeze together as you lift them simultaneously towards the sky. Little shaking there, awesome. Keep it up. We can stay in legs up the wall for this next transition. I'm gonna head to plow pose, so that's up to you. Elbows pressed down, just be very mindful of your neck. Lift the hips overhead, behind you. Or even straight up. Shoulder stand, shoulder stand. Or legs at the wall. Bend the right knee. Take the ankle to the back of the left knee. I'll do it from this low position. So you've got this little crossover. Right foot is behind you. We do a little rock and roll up to pigeon pose, placing the right shin and knee down. So you can lift through the hips a little bit, roll forward, lift up. Left leg is straight, it swings around to the back of the room. And we got our pigeon pose, or half pigeon. Take a deep breath, fingertips pressing down on the floor, lengthen, open. Feel that hip flexor, core, chest, everything vibrationally open. And then fold it down, walk it down. Your forehead might be on the floor or on stacked fists. Placing a block underneath that right hip is also an option, as we can sometimes build up some tightness here. And so adjust as needed so that the hips are towards both, facing the front of the mat. If you like any other variations here, you can go ahead and take one. I'll give you one option. Well, first is you can stay just folded, relaxed in this half pigeon pose, or take the left forearm down, bend the left knee, and reach back with the right hand into a twist. Now imagine yourself lifting up that back knee off the floor. You'll activate a different part of the legs. Then release the foot if you have it. Fold it down for one more deep breath. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Lift the upper body, tuck the back toes, lift the right leg. Downward facing dog. From down dog, jump through again or sit back onto your bottom. Sit through, boat pose. One more time, lean back. Lift the legs. Maybe straight, maybe bent, reach forward. Let's do 3 times lower and lift. Deep breath in. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Palms down. Lift the legs. Squeeze the belly in so the low back touches the floor. Legs up the wall or press into the elbows for shoulder stand. Bend the left knee. Take it behind the right knee, behind the right leg. Roll forward. Left knee and shin on the ground. Right leg straight. It rotates around in a big half moon type circle. Extend it back. Then take that right hip flexor and right hip towards the ground. Lengthening, adjusting. Deep breath in. Pause. And then we're down into your pigeon pose. So right now, as we go through any kind of anxiety and stress and whatever is going on in our lives, every single day, you're going to come to your mat different. And your mind and what goes on in your brain can really affect your poses. So give yourself some grace and some permission to just be where you are It might not be in this pigeon pose. It might be seated or lying down in a figure 4 instead. And then tomorrow you might be in like a full-on king crazy pigeon. So don't worry too much of the poses. But one of my hopes too is that by providing this virtual yoga, that we can come back stronger rather than taking so much time off and thinking that we don't have options, because we do. So when I see you guys again, it will be, everyone's gonna have like super strong biceps and sticking handstands and everything too. Here's hoping. Okay, you can take your right arm down, forearm down. If you want to twist into it, reach back and find the left foot, or just reaching back without finding the right foot. And if you found that right foot, let's rotate back to that regular old pigeon. Lay down for one more deep breath. And then walk the hands back up, tuck the back toes under, lift that left leg, get a little shake out. Then we're gonna sit through and lie down on our backs. So we can bend the knees and walk forward, step forward, and lie down. Reach forward, keeping these bent toes at the top of the mat. Lower slowly. Hug the knees in when you get to the ground and give yourself a little roll side to side. You've done really awesome work today. Great job. And place the feet down, bridge pose. Let's open up just a bit more through the front, activating that back again. Palms down, lift the hips, squeeze the shoulders. And lower back down slowly. Got a couple more poses, pretty simple poses. Hug the right knee in, extend the left leg on the floor in front of you. And take that right leg across the body for a twist. You can pick up onto that left hip a bit more and reach open and wide with that right arm. Lifting back up, hug that right knee towards the center of the body. Switch sides. Right leg extends, left knee in. And take the left leg, knee across the body. As you rotate onto that right hip, extend the left arm. Bring your left leg back to the center, hug the knee close to you. And then take both knees in. Legs go straight up, and you can choose legs up the wall, shoulder stand, legs at an actual wall, or somewhere in between. The weight should be in your elbows and shoulders and back of the head, not the neck. And then plow pose or not, keep the legs up, or plow pose with the feet behind you.
And bend your knees around the ears. Take a couple deep breaths. And roll it down slowly. Grab onto the feet or hug the knees. Happy baby pose or knee hugging as you rock side to side, taking up as much space as you like. And then next up, we've got Shavasana. And I hope you join me for Shavasana. I'm going to end the same way I do regular classes. So we take about 4 to 5 minute Shavasana together. I will ring the bell and we can come out of it and say goodbye to one another. So find a place where you can find that relaxation and peace, let go and slow down your breath. Not too much effort though, not too much effort with the breath, the body, or your thoughts. Just letting everything go. And if it helps to come back to our affirmation of the day of I am adaptable. I can change in the face of adversity. I am adaptable. Okay, take that deep breath in, wiggle the fingers and the toes. Reach your hands overhead, rolling to your side. Press back up to a seated pose. Take an inhale, reach up, connecting the hands, sealing in your affirmation and your practice for the day. Take the hands down to your heart. One more inhale. And then letting go, exhale. Thank you for joining in Sunday morning yoga practice. I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.